Between the years 1989 and 2007, the first coaster war started. It was the time to be alive for a coaster enthusiast. Record after record was being broken by these crazy machines, but then the records faded away in 2007. Why? Because it was figured out that roller coasters don't need to be tall or fast to be great rides. It was figured out that airtime, intensity, and transitions were the key to new roller coasters. This has started a new coaster war, the lesser-known coaster war. The coaster war that is among us now and has only just begun. Maverick, an Intamin, built in 2007, stopped the first coaster war and started another, the War of Twists. Maverick is known for its back-to-back transitions that throw the rider around in a thrilling manner. Combined with ejector and floater airtime makes for a smooth and crazy experience that leaves guests coming back for more. This has been taken to the extreme in recent years, taken so far that Maverick isn't even close to the best ride anymore. And it is all because of one company. That company is RMC. RMC, or Rocky Mountain Construction, is a roller coaster company based in Idaho. It got its start in the midst of the first coaster war, and was retracking parts of rides in the nearby Silverwood. The birth of RMC ultimately started this new war. RMC's first roller coaster opened to the public in 2011 as New Texas Giant. Instead of a ground-up roller coaster, RMC retracted old wooden coasters and put new steel track on them. This enabled crazy elements like airtime, inversions, and some crazy transitions. RMC was able to remove the old, rough wooden coasters that didn't do anything and turn them into something special. Rides no one could ever imagine. Now that RMC was in the game and making roller coasters twistier than ever, other manufacturers had to step up their rides. This included B&M, who introduced their wing coaster in 2012. This new model had seats on the side of the track instead of on top, which can create some interesting elements, including a brand new element called a dive drop. Also, these coasters had another sensation of thrill with head choppers. Head choppers are taken to the extreme on wing coasters because of their unique seats. Also, two other manufacturers came back better than ever recently. Mock Rides, a company known for its wild mouse coasters, made their first launch coaster in 2009, known as Blue Fire. Blue Fire was good, but it wasn't on the same level as some B&M wing coasters or RMCs. In 2014, Mock Rides built Helix, a step up from Blue Fire. This inversion machine rivaled some RMCs at the time, and really showed that Mock Rides could build some crazy rides. Also, Premier Rides built Full Throttle, a messed up launch coaster which had inversions, a backwards launch, and even track on two sides. We will definitely see more of this in the future. Now all of the companies were starting to take their best models and level them up a lot. RMC, for example, built Outlaw Run, a wooden coaster capable of doing inversions and crazy transitions. RMC was not only in the hybrid department, it's now in the wooden department as well. Also, RMC is now doing even more with hybrids. They introduced Iron Rattler, a ride even crazier than Outlaw Run, as it dives off a cliff and even has a few outer bank turns. Additionally, a new type of roller coaster, called the Hyper GTX, built by Chance, was introduced to the market. While only one has been built, it was a huge success, and it is perfect for small parks looking for a massive thrill. But then, in 2016, a roller coaster manufacturer will take backwards launches to the extreme, and an old manufacturer that no one likes will rise again, better than ever. In the mid-90s, a Dutch company was building some pretty bad rides. This company was known for its horrible creations, including the head-rattling boomerang and the headache-inducing SLC. This company was known as Vekoma. The new generation of Vekoma, as enthusiasts are calling it, started in 2016. Instead of the old bumpy track, Vekoma now uses a track similar to B&M, a smooth and reliable track for launch coasters. That's right, the old horrible Vekoma is now making incredible launch coasters, and could rival that of Intamin. The first of these was Formula, a launch coaster at Energylandia in Poland. Currently, Vekoma is dominating the European launch department, with more rides on the way. Intamin is coming back strong with a new ride called Soaring with Dragon. This Chinese launch coaster features a very unique element. After going through a turn, riders encounter a launch track. The train propels forward into a non-inverting loop, but instead of making it through, it rolls back down. The track before switches so riders enter a new section of track backwards. We will see a lot of this setup in the near future of roller coasters. Also in 2016, RMC would unveil the first ever launched wooden coaster, known as Lightning Rod. While not the most reliable, it proved that wooden coasters could feature launches, crazy airtime pops, and inversions like Outlaw Run. Wooden coasters were about to go crazy. In the following year of 2017, it wasn't really a big year for any place, but Vekoma did release its Lek coaster, a twisting nightmare similar to Intimate Megalites. Then 2018 hit, the biggest year for coasters ever. The king of coasters, RMC, would release 5 new coasters in this year, including a brand new model called the Raptor Track. This new model was made for Twistiness, as the single rail made for tighter transitions to be made. 2 have been built so far, but many more are on the way, including Stunt Pilot and Jersey Devil. Also, RMC unleashed Steel Vengeance, arguably the best coaster ever. Steel Vengeance had everything you needed, and it was all done flawlessly. Every airtime moment was a gut punch, and all of the inversions were perfect. Every transition was great, and it was the ride that proved RMC is the best roller coaster manufacturer of the decade. Intamin was a close second, as they released Hyperion, a hypercoaster. This hypercoaster was a bit different from rides like Diamondback though. It had an out and back layout at first, but after going through a dive drop, it would begin twisting around like Maverick. Intamin is now back in this war. In 2019, Steel Curtain opened to the public. SNS was entering the Twisty War with this new 9 inversion machine. Unlike Smiler at Alton Towers, Steel Curtain had more than just inversions. It also had airtime moments and some intense drops, and it's arguably the best coaster in Pennsylvania. SNS was also dipping their toes back in the launch department with the introduction of Max Force. Max Force is one of the twistiest launch coasters in the world. In about 20 seconds, the ride rockets through 5 inversions, including the world's fastest. Then, the end of 2019 will be the biggest change in the second coaster war yet. In October of 2019, a brand new coaster model was announced, and it could possibly be the twistiest, craziest, and best coaster yet. The SNS Axis coaster is a unique model which is basically a slingshot on rails. The train is on an axis that is able to rotate along the track, so riders can be inverted or upright in one single ride. This can cause for some unique elements with some ridiculous spinning that enthusiasts can only dream of. But recently, something else has happened that will change the roller coaster community forever. At IAAPA in 2019, Great Coasters International, or GCI for short, unveiled their Tight Track. This track, similar to the RMC iBox track, could retrack wooden coasters and make them smooth, or completely redo coasters like RMC. This will certainly cause a rivalry in the coaster community. With 2 companies being able to retrack wooden coasters now, parks will have to choose whether to go with GCI or RMC. This will cause rivalries. GCI and RMC will have to battle for the parks. RMC and GCI will have to persuade parks to buy their ride. They will do this with price and layouts. This smaller battle of the main war is what I'm calling the Battle of the Hybrids. The Battle of the Hybrids will take place after the retracking of Predator at Six Flags Darien Lake. GCI has recently announced that its Tight Track would be placed on Predator, making it better than ever. This battle would be an exciting time for coaster enthusiasts, as the battle would mean new and crazier coasters will open. Why? Well, RMC and GCI would be battling it out for the better prices and layouts. That means more parks will be buying these cheaper and crazier rides, and this would happen until one company is superior. This would be an exciting time to be a coaster enthusiast. Also, during the Battle of the Hybrids, other companies like Intimate and B&M would be trying to keep up with the Hybrid Kings, so they would be producing some crazy steel coasters. We will probably be seeing the Axis coaster, the Surf coaster, and more crazy launch coasters out of these companies. This would almost be like the record-breaking era of coasters. Coaster after coaster would be opening to the public. Multiple crazy coasters would be opening every year, and it would definitely change the coaster community forever. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Post your thoughts in the comments below and tell me what you think of the Second Coaster War. Thanks for watching and have a great day.